Welcome to today's episode on the importance of setting monthly expenditure budgets for your business and how to go about it. Budgeting may not be the most exciting aspect of running a business, but it's undeniably crucial for your financial health and the growth of your business. Hi, I'm Nick. Let's explore why you should embrace this practice and walk you through the steps to create effective monthly expenditure budgets. But before we get started, subscribe to this channel because you'll get strategies to immediately grow your revenue, your profit, cash flow, and of course, the value of your business. Okay, let's start by addressing the why. Why should you, as a business owner, consider setting monthly expenditure budgets? Number one is financial control. Imagine your business finances as a ship. Without a budget, you're sailing without a map. Budgets act as your financial compass, helping you steer in the right direction. They provide a clear view of where your money is going, allowing you to control your expenses way more effectively. Example of this is, think of a retail store. By setting a budget for monthly advertising expenses, you can allocate funds for things like online ads, social media promotions, and indoor displays, ensuring your marketing efforts stay on track. Number two is goal alignment. Budgets help you align your financial activities with your business's goals. Whether you're aiming for expansion, debt reduction, or simple profitability, a budget ensures that your financial resources are channeled towards achieving your objectives. An example of this is, if your goal is to reduce operating costs, a budget will identify areas where you can cut unnecessary spending. Like a major American airline came up with an original solution to reduce the amount of fuel they used. By using lighter paper to print their in-flight magazine, Hemisphere United Airlines saved up to 170,000 gallons of fuel, which cut about 290,000 in annual fuel costs. Number three is early warning systems. Budgets serve as an early warning system. If expenses are trending higher than expected in a particular category, you'll be alerted to potential issues. This allows you to take corrective actions before they become major financial crises for your business. Number four is decision making. Budgets empower you to make informed decisions. When you have a clear picture of your financial situation, you can confidently decide whether to invest in new equipment, hire more employees, or explore other growth opportunities. An example of this is, for a manufacturing company, a budget can highlight the need to invest in automation machinery to increase productivity efficiency, ultimately reducing in their costs of labor. Number five is crisis preparedness. Unexpected events can hit any business. Having a budget in place helps you build financial resilience. You have a roadmap to follow during challenging times, and you can quickly adapt your spending to weather this storm. A really good example of this is the COVID-19 pandemic caught many businesses off guard. Those with a budget had a much better chance of survival, as they could immediately identify non-essential expenses to cut and then focus on essential operations. So now that we've discussed the why, let's move on to the how. How can you set monthly expenditure budgets effectively? So here are some really cool practical steps for you to get started on. Step one is to gather financial data. Begin by collecting historical financial data for your business. This should include income, expenses, and cash flow records for the past year. Software tools and accounting systems can certainly simplify this process. An example of this is a small bakery owner would gather data on sales revenue, ingredients, costs, rents, utility bills, and employee salaries. Your step 2 is to identify expense categories. So categorize your expenses into logical groups such as overheads like rent, utilities, and insurance, variable costs like your cost of goods and marketing, and of course discretionary expenses like travel and entertainment. This step helps you understand where your money is going. An example of this is a software development firm. They might categorize expenses into software licenses, employee salaries, office rent, and marketing costs. Your step 3 is to set realistic goals. So establish clear, achievable financial goals for your business. These might include profit margins, revenue targets, or expense reduction objectives. Your budget should align with these goals. An example of this could be a new coffee shop might set a goal of increasing monthly revenue by 10% within the next 6 months. And as discussed in my episode 83, using financial software to reduce your overheads, you'll be able to see how other cost lines increase against this 10% revenue increase, ensuring your costs don't increase more than your revenue. Step 4 is to create a monthly budget template. So use a spreadsheet or accounting software to create a monthly budget template. List your income sources and allocate funds to each expense category based on your historical data and, of course, your financial goals. An example of this is in the actual template. Allocate a specific amount for coffee beans, milk, and pastries under the cost of goods sold category. Your step 5, you'll monitor and adjust. Once your budget is in place, it's not set in stone. Regularly monitor your actual income and expenses against your budget amounts. If you notice these deviations, investigate and make the necessary adjustments. An example of this, if in a coffee shop, actual monthly coffee bean cost exceeds the budgeted amount, the owner might negotiate better prices with suppliers or revise the pricing of beverages, and in some cases, you might look at the potential possibility that there is some form of fraud involved in your business. Step 6 is communicate with your team. If you have employees, involve them in the budgeting process. Educate your team about the budget's importance and how their actions impact the company's financial health. An example could be a construction company might encourage its workers to minimize equipment downtime, as excessive maintenance costs can affect the budget. This is especially true if the company is hiring a lot of equipment and that equipment is sitting around unused. Step 7, you review and improve. At the end of each month or quarter, review your budget's performance. Did you meet your goals? Were there unexpected expenses? Use this information to refine your future budget for better accuracy. And if cash flow is an issue right now in your business, you should actually do budget to actual on a daily and sometimes weekly basis. So an example, a digital marketing agency might discover that their actual advertising costs were higher due to a sudden rise in paid per click or PPC advertising prices. They can then adjust future budgets accordingly. And again, that's why looking at your budget weekly, monthly, quarterly is important, because those costs don't run unabridged in your business for a long period of time. Step 8, you'll download this strategy's checklist. So finally, to implement this strategy effectively, pause here and download this strategies checklist by going to jetresult.today/get. Remember that setting monthly expenditure budgets is not just a financial chore, it's a strategic tool for your business's success. It provides you with control, goal alignment, and importantly, early warning signs, while also enhancing your decision-making and crisis preparedness. By following these steps that we've discussed here, you can create effective budgets that empower you and your business to thrive and grow. Keep in mind that budgeting is not a one-time task, but an ongoing process that evolves with your business. So start today and watch your financial future become more predictable, more profit. So thank you for tuning in, and of course, best of luck in your budgeting endeavors. And if you found this information helpful, be sure to press the like button now, and be sure to check out my episode 83 on financial software to reduce your overheads and implement that to gain additional wins here. Now head over to jetresult.today/get and download this strategies checklist. When you're there, simply sign up as it's totally free. You'll receive valuable business strategies dedicated to growing your revenue, your cash flow, your profits, and of course, increasing the value of your business.